Welcome. You know what time it is. That only can mean one thing. That's right. It is Sunday night. It is 8 o'clock, and that means another fantastic episode of the TPV Nation. And guys, I am so happy you're here today because we got one hell of a show for you. Because, like always, bringing you the best guests possible from around the world talking about our favorite topics. So we've got those guys here tonight. But before I bring these guys out, always got to shout out love to our sponsor. And that would be, of course, our beautiful friends right down out there at the haunted Western Block right there in Lockport, New York. Guys, if you are looking for an amazing investigation, a great place, a place that does not disappoint, I tell you, you guys got to check this place out. This is the Haunted West Block, Lockport, New York. The QR code is right on the screen. You can scan that at any time, but wait, don't click so soon. Wait till the end of the show. Then you guys can go check that place out. You know, if you want to book it privately, they always have ghost tours going on. They always got a lot of events going on, especially with the holiday season. You got to check that stuff out. So, guys, go show our sponsors, the Haunted Western Block right there, Lockport, New York. What an amazing place. They were featured on 2 seasons of Death Walkers and, of course, Expedition X with Josh Gates. It was absolutely amazing. So, guys, show them some love. The Buffalo Phantom Hunters, Heather and Frank, go on down, check them out. And there's a lot of really cool close by. There's other really amazing locations as well. But so with that being said, let's get into tonight's topic. And it is one of our favorite topics. That's, of course, we are going to be talking cryptids tonight with our favorite guests. A couple buddies up there in the Massachusetts area. We got to love these guys. So much love for them. They are definitely brothers. And so right now, let's bring out the host with the mostest, the man behind Banter with Richie B. Here he is, Mr. Richie B. Brother, how are you doing?
Dude.
And I gotta go through the list and find your sidekick here. Whoa, there he is. It's the Wojo.
What's happening? Thank you for having us.
I love it.
How's it going, my guys?
Dude.
But you know what? Before we get in any deep topics here.
Who was?
Yeah, you know what? I don't know, Richie B. I don't know what it is, but you caught the attention of one gentleman today. You had to go and call somebody out on Facebook, and boy, did my phone blow up when you called this guy out. So much so, he says, you got to tell Richie B something. And I said, no, why don't you tell Richie B something? He says,
promo response inside of a car. Whatever. It's good enough for you. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Whatever it is for you, wherever you are. I don't care. I'm doing the proverbial promo response inside of a car. Whatever. It's good enough for you. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Whatever it is for you, wherever you are. I don't care. My name is Irish Bobby Clancy. I'm the NCG General Manager today, tomorrow, and forever. But 2 people have caught my attention for a hot second. And this is a response for them. Richie B, Wojo. What's that show you guys have? Banter with Richie B? Boys, I would lay a beating on you both so bad. You're not going to know who's called Wojo and who's called Richie B. You both won't know your names. Number 1. Number 2, I will beat you boys down so bad. The name of your show will no longer be Banter with Richie B. It's going to be Beating on Richie B. In hyphens Wojo. But in the meantime and in between time, Clancy.
Where'd he go?
there you go. You stirred up Irish Bobby Clancy. Like, what are you guys thinking?
I'm not worried about you, Clancy. Nobody's worried about you. You want some of this? Let's go.
Oh, man.
Let me tell you something, Fancy Clancy. I'll tell you, I use you like a doormat, wipe my feet. No way. There's no way you can come to our doorway and give us that type of lip to me and Richie B.
Oh, you got me crying over here, dude.
What you gonna do? Oh my God. I love that guy.
My favorite part is Clancy's laying sideways as usual. Lay down.
Lay down, Clancy.
Give him the ball,
Oh my God.
Love you, Michael John. Congratulations on all your success and following your dream. That's what it's all about, man. Keep climbing.
Yeah.
You guys are a story of climbing, man. 100%.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so there we go. You guys got Clancy's attention. That's for sure. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because, man, I've seen what he's been doing around the NCG world. Guys, I don't know. He's got some really big friends, man.
Yeah, we're not worried about that. Listen. We have our special finish move that none of them want. I ain't even worried about it. Right, Wojo?
That's right.
God.
We have friends in the woods that got better beards than him. I'll tell you that.
Oh.
Boom!
Oh my God. There we go. We got Mr. Andrew on the side. Welcome, Mr. Andrew. Thank you so much for showing up. It is such a pleasure to see you. And who else do we got going on over here? We got Pure W.
Yeah,
and we got Mr. Johnny Half.
Johnny Half was just out in the woods with us. What's up, dude?
Yeah,
what's
Johnny
going
Half,
on?
He's everywhere.
They all were.
That guy. Oh, so yeah. So what's up, gentlemen? It's good to see what you guys have been up to. Been keeping tabs on you guys.
Yeah.
Like, wow, up there in the. So we're just gonna. I mean, for a lot of people that don't know, I mean, you guys are up in the Bridgewater Triangle.
Oh yeah.
And just in the last, I'd say 3 or 4 months, I've seen several people start talking about the Bridgewater Triangle area and everything that's been going on there. I mean, even got Jeff Belanger writing about you guys. And for those that don't know, I mean, Jeff Belanger, in my eyes, is one of the most respected paranormal researchers in the paranormal field. So when he starts writing about something, it's got to be a hot topic, because it's amazing what that guy's been doing. So, so I don't know, both of you guys just take it over, like talk, like first of all, where is the Bridgewater Triangle area? What makes it so hot? And I mean, I know the cryptid stories from talking to you guys all these years, but yeah, I want the new people on here, all the people that don't know who Richie B and Wojo are. And I'll tell you, by the end of the show, you are going to go over and watch and make sure you follow Banter with Richie B, as well as all the other shows that are coming out. We're going to be talking about those a little bit later. So, Richie B, Wojo, please take it over. Talk about the Bridgewater Triangle and what makes it a hot place to be right now.
Never heard of the place.
Oh,
no.
Okay. Next topic.
Where is this?
I think that was.
I love you.
Talking about.
Yeah, no, I love you, man. Yeah, absolutely. And you had secrets there, Dale. He kind of caught us off guard with that little Clancy thing. That was good. Got me fired up. I woke the kids up. Everything's awesome. So Bridgewater, the Bridgewater Triangle. It's easy. The easiest thing you can do with the Bridgewater Triangle is just Google it. Like Bridgewater Triangle, it comes right up. Lon Coleman coined it many years ago. Mainly I think he was a researcher and investigator and found a lot of curious things going on around there, from paranormal to cryptid and things like that. And anything with a triangle is kind of monetization in a sense, right? Because the Bermuda Triangle, and you got triangles all over the freaking place. But the Bridgewater Triangle is quite unique. There really truly has, and I've experienced a lot of these things, not just Bigfoot, not just the cryptids. You know what I mean? I've been out in the Hockomock Swamp where I've had the dancing lights and stuff, the orbs, and we've seen strange things in the sky. Wojo and I and our team actually in our research area. So the Bridgewater Triangle is loaded with a lot of history from the King Philip's War and all that. You Google that and you are going to end up down a rabbit hole like you've never seen before, because there's so many thunderbirds and, huge snakes and black cats and, so many things. Puckwudgies. You got puckwudgies over there, right? Elementals, right? All over the place. And I've done paranormal research and Bigfoot research in there. And we actually did a couple of collaborations where we did a paranormal and a Bigfoot at the same time, which was really cool. That was with an old friend of mine. He doesn't do it no more, but it was awesome. We were catching EVPs and hearing wood knocks. It was just absolutely nuts, that episode. And it was a little bit in my infancy, so a lot of people didn't get to see it. But that episode is really, really awesome. Awesome. And Wojo knows it because he's lived in it, and his brothers are in the paranormal business. And now he's a kick-ass Sasquatch researcher, right, dude?
Yeah, thank you, Rich.
Yeah. Back to you, Bob.
Yeah, back to you, Jim. There's one thing about these woods. It's just the energy and everything that comes with it. And never been into the paranormal before until being out in these woods down by what they call the Hockomock Swamp. And I was with Richie and this gentleman named Phil Anderson. And the cool thing is like the EVPs, the REM pods, and I never seen these things before. And talking back to, well, Richie was signing off, and this thing was like ringing the bell and everything. And you feel all sorts of energy. And then we were signing off, and I had Richie's his knocker because we're also doing Bigfoot sightings and what have you. And as I pretend I was going to hit him over the head with it, and the thing started talking back and says chicken. I'm like, what? I think it's the REM pod. It's called. It said chicken. I dropped the bat and walked away. I go, okay.
The ovulus.
So there's a lot going on in there.
A lot. Can I say hi to a bunch of people on the side? You see Tim Vogel.
Absolutely.
You know Tim Vogel, Kelly Porter, Benno. He's over in Australia. He's one of our brothers, Sparky. Sparky's always been there. You guys know him from the platform. And I saw Amanda Lombardo's in there. She is coming up on our podcast network as well as the Phantom Navigator podcast.
Nice.
Yeah. She's unbelievable with her. A lot of the stuff you see is her and Sam together doing all those different things. You know what I mean? So, hi everybody. What's happened? If I missed your name, I'm sorry. It's Wojo's fault.
Yeah, very, very nice of you, Rich. Very magnanimous.
Well, Wojo, it's always the bigger guy that gets picked on, isn't it?
It is. Only because I can run faster than him.
That is true.
Yes. That's why I pick on him so much, man. Because I'm like, I can just run. I'm good.
That is so awesome. So, I mean, you guys have now. Well, Richie, I know you've been researching Bigfoot for a very long time.
It's been a while, yeah.
So now, have you always lived within the parameters of the Bridgewater, or is that like something you moved into and all of a sudden you realize this was something like, where did I live? Because you had a lot of like weird things happening there.
No, yeah. So I grew up around the area, definitely. And thank you, Elder. Thank you, Elder. Make sure you guys, everybody on the side, make sure you subscribe to Dale and the Paranormal Voice, please. All of you guys that follow us, follow him on YouTube and wherever else you can find the Paranormal Voice. Okay, absolutely awesome, dude.
Great dude.
We are pimping ourselves out everywhere.
Yeah, straight pimping, dog. Amanda Lombardo points out she's in Japan and moving to Sicily, so she brings a lot of international, kind of like folklore and urban legends with her. But so when I was growing up, I seemed to be always around it, but I didn't hear much about it till I'd say early teens, when we were all gonna sleep over in the swamp, that whole thing. You know what I mean? You get brave. You're like, yeah, let's go in the swamp. We're going to sleep on the swamp. I hear there's a big snake out there and a big black cat, and all that. That never happened, dude. We were too busy drinking anyways. But yeah, so I've always been around it. So when I bought my home in 2002, through with my first wife, and we bought that property there, that is just right on the edge of this particular triangle. But we also believe that the Bridgewater Triangle isn't just the Bridgewater Triangle. We believe it extends from Rhode Island and like Blackstone Valley, and then you come up to like a little bit of lower, like right above Rhode Island in Massachusetts, and you come straight across almost, and you stop right before you get to the big city lights, and you come straight down back all the way down to the edge of the Cape and the South Coast and back across. And we believe it's more of a rectangle. That's what we believe. It's just like I said, the triangle thing was a hot thing back then, and that's what it was named. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
there's a lot more going on around here. And so in 2002, I bought the house, and that's when I really started. Even then, no, but it took a little while, a few years in, and then I started realizing that my land was not just. It was special. You know what I mean? It was special.
So, can you? I mean, you both can talk about this because I want to know, like, when you guys, the first time you ever decided, you know what, I'm going to go out into the woods and see what I can find and start that research road. Kind of like, first of all, was it something that happened that made you think this way? Or was it just always an interest as a kid? I mean, I remember Bigfoot being on the $6 million Man, and I never thought it was real until I was like a few years older. And then what set was it 75 when the Gillen film came out about Bigfoot? And then it, like, ever since then, I've always had that little tiny interest in Bigfoot. So, but now meeting guys like you guys and Ronnie LeBlanc and a lot of the other really like hardcore Bigfoot researchers, I'm like, wow, there's more to this story. And now in the last, I'd say since the pandemic, anyways, like videos are flooding the internet. Now I know a lot of them are faked because people want to get their 5 minutes of fame and get them talked about and stuff like that, think it's going to start something. But there are some pretty interesting ones that have come out, and it's just like, I'm no expert, but at the same time, I'm like, this could be pretty compelling. So let's talk about the very first time and what got you guys interested in the Bigfoot.
Wojo, why don't you take that? Because that's kind of, and then I'll just backtrack to mine. You know what I mean? Because, I think that.
Yeah, Dale, I was like going to the beach and I was hitchhiking until this blue van showed up. It was Richie, and he's like, "Hey, you want to hop in? We can go Bigfoot." No, I'm only kidding.
Yeah. I got puppies.
I saw Richie's podcast, on TV, and I go, "Hey," so I give him a call because I've known Richie for about 25 years. We played men's softball with and against each other, and so on and so forth. So I'm watching this podcast, and I go, "Richie, what's up with this podcast?" And he goes, "I got Bigfoot in my backyard." I go, "You got what?" Now, I've always been intrigued, of the stories of the Bigfoot. I watched Finding Bigfoot, so on and so forth. And so I asked Richie some questions and what have you, and he just kept it to himself. He did a great job of keeping it to himself. And I said, "Well, it's very interesting." And he's like, "Hey, I'll take you out my backyard sometime." I said, "I would love that." And then he called me the next day and he goes, "Hey, my producer got sick. I'm going to do an investigation in Central Mass. Do you want to come?" And it didn't take me long, 5 seconds. I said, "I want to see what you're seeing." And that's when, because I used to be a hunter. I've hunted all around New England, and you don't hear or any stories. You don't see anything strange or nothing because you're out there hunting. You're not intuitive of what's going on in your surroundings. But once we went to Central Mass, that's when I started seeing things that are very unnatural. And I was asking those questions with Rich, and it was just fascinating to have that open mind and seeing things that are just not natural. And then that's when we found these like 4 huts out in the miles into the woods in the middle of nowhere and things like that. And that really, brought me to Bigfoot. Like, there's something out there. No one doesn't know, why this could, be made, but I'm seeing things like trees being popped out of its socket, and piled on to keep these huts together and things like that. Something with incredible strength, so on and so forth. So, and I've been with Richie ever since. And I said, "Oh, it's on like Donkey Kong," because it's like a mystery to me of what is going on, and that's where I'm at right now.
Yep, absolutely, man. Do you want me to go on that same question, Dale, or would you rather?
Yeah, no. I mean, I want all the new people that didn't have the opportunity to see you guys the last time you were on there. I want them to know, like, what got you into the Bigfoot. And
Yeah, so my thing, same as him. I was always interested, but I was in the paranormal world for a decade. You know what I mean? I had a team and everything about family members, and we would go out and investigate. And so I was always open-minded, and I've always been a sensitive my whole life, and did a little bit of mediumship and things like that. So my spirit has always been kind of open and free. You know, I wasn't ever like dismissive to things. You know, I do have a rational side of my brain where everything's not, you know, the moon, the stars, and Bigfoot. You know what I mean? So I can balance that out, thank God. But for me, when I moved into that home in 2002, it started, you know, I can't tell you whether it was a couple of years after I lived there or if it was going on and I just didn't notice it. I had no, you know, I would be up in the daytime, and we own 3 acres of land, and it kind of dog legs, and then there's 94 acres of conservation, and there's a major riverway about a mile out. And I would hear walking around out there, and I knew the area because I did explore it a little bit when I first bought it. But I knew it wasn't easily traversed. You know what I mean? And it was weird to me that, you know, maybe it was beyond where I've ever looked. You know,
Right.
How can someone just walk out there? You know, they were just walking, and it was all the time. And then it was why a crunch, break, snap. You know, and I'm like, okay, kids being aggressive now. And if you know the place, it's like there's a street with houses, and then another street with houses. It's not a neighborhood.
right.
So you have to have a backyard to it, abutting it, in order to go out there. And some of them you just can't get at wetlands, you know, thorns and all kinds of different hills. But it's actually, it's a funky little piece of land. And then when I sat around to kind of, you know, speed up the story, I remember sitting around one night at the campfire, and everybody had just kind of gone in. A couple people went home, whatever, you know, we were hanging out. And then I usually let the fire just burn out because I like the ashes to be just, you know, a pile or whatever, and I could fill in a hole somewhere with it, right? And I hear the same thing walking around. It's like 10 o'clock at night, pitch black. I'm like, and it sounded closer than usual, and I'm like, the hell's that? And I walked out to the fence, and I'm kind of looking around like this, you know, and I'm looking for a headlamp, you know, or a light, you know.
Right.
And I said, there's no headlamp or light, but I can hear that thing moving around, you know, and it sounded kind of big, you know, it sounded upright. It wasn't like a you know, like a deer,
Right. Yeah.
you know, or a little thing up near the ground, you know what I mean? It wasn't like that. It was like you or I walking to the woods, you know. It was really like, okay, that's bipedal. And I remember grabbing water and dousing the rest of the fire. I was like, F this, I'm going in. And I did. I remember sitting up to like 2, 3 in the morning and just trying to figure out what it was. And then that started getting my curiosity, where at nighttime I'd feel a little brave and go see what that was. And one night I heard it again, and I yelled, "Hey!" and it stopped. You know, it was like, "Hey!" like, who's out there, kind of thing. And it just stopped. And I'm like, all right, this is getting me more and more curious, because now the paranormal brain's kicking in, right? I got to start finding what this is. And then the biggest event that I had, we just went over it on my show. I actually put some video in here, and everybody had on my audience, you know, we got to watch it and see what happened to me. I was raking around the fire pit, same fire pit. And this was, you know, years later. Now that walking around and breaking had gone on for years. I just wasn't like in a rush to run out there in the dark and see what it was, to be quite honest with you, you know. And when that happened, after that all happened, I was always curious. So I was raking around the fire pit, and I hear this loud snap of a tree, just one pole, fresh tree. It turned out to be about 14 to 16 in diameter, and it just made this loud one pull. And I was raking, and I look up, and the top of the tree just got poof, it got ripped down. It wasn't like,
Wow.
I always say, I always go, it's like 40 miles an hour. I don't know why I say that number, but that's what I do. And so then after that happened, I was like, I remember I was kind of like, I throw down my rake, and I'm like, now we had gone back. I've had little things with it. I say him back and forth by this time that I'm not going to get into every one of them. We'd be here for months. And so I was like, all right, what the hell's going on now? I'm finally getting stuff done. I walk over the fence. I pull up my phone. I go, come on, where you at? And all I hear through the thicket is, like that. And I said, what the hell?
I'd be gone.
Yeah, well, at first, you can hear me on the video. Now, the funny thing is about this story, I just stopped by Wojo's on Wednesday to go over with the podcast stuff ideas and stuff, and I literally bumped into this video. And when I bumped into the video, I found that my phone had more technology than 6 years ago, you know, when it was taken.
Right.
And I said, oh my God, look at it. And then we started looking at it. And then we're like, wait, is that moving? And then Wojo goes, hey, I'm interested in this area right here. And sure enough, man, you know, when I first heard the growl, I remember at first I was like, yeah, this is my land. You respect it. And, yeah, I respect you and we'll respect each other. And we're both dudes, right? You know, like I didn't know what the hell I was doing, dude. And then I realized, oh shit, I was raised by my mother. I know better. You know what I mean? Like I know, I'm not just a dumb guy. Sorry, guys. We got stupid genes. Let's face it. And that's why women live longer. Well, I backed up to the middle of my lawn where I felt it was safe, closer by the road. And I put my hands on my knees. It rocked me as a human because now everything came crashing back to my head. And then I put something physical and guttural to what I had been hearing and intellectual. It understood what I said, like, where you at? You know what I mean? Right. He knew I was talking to him, but I didn't realize that how much he knew I was talking to him until we went over this video the other night. Right. And found it. And that's really what catapulted me into a researcher. And then, you know, before that, there was years of silence. And then right up to a couple of years ago, as you guys know, was a years of silence. I just didn't want to say nothing to nobody. Right. The incidences just kept coming from there that are just crazy. Like just mine, you know, just my incidences, not all this that's been going on since, you know, Wojo's been in the picture and I started the podcast and all my friends on the side have been watching. I mean, the story, it's just endless, dude. Endless. And if that video, like I said, I put it in there for you. There's a black and white video and there's a clear video. The clear video was kind of like the first almost original one. I think that's lightened up a little bit, but the other one is made so you can see it, you know.
All right, let's see. I don't know. Is this the one here?
Oh no, but that's him.
Sorry. Oh, okay. I can see something in it. It looks like, I mean, that looks like that's got to be almost 11 feet tall.
We estimate about 9 feet tall, but the point here is literally the point here is that, you know, with the video it'll match it in, but you look at the conical, it's got a cone head, a conical head. And then you can see a shoulder and an arm, and you can almost see the cut of its tricep and bicep.
Yeah, and down on the bottom right, it's almost like you can see a leg.
Very good, Dale. That's a paranormal investigator right there. Good work out of you. I'm proud of you, dude. Yes. So proud of you.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
So let's okay. So I don't know. Is this so what's this?
No,
not that one.
Right. Stop. Just stop.
Right.
What was the first?
Keep your hands off the keyboard.
What was the first, Dale, is now the last.
Oh, what was first is now the last.
Yep.
All right. So.
All right.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Yeah.
See,
those two videos there, you'll see.
All right. So we'll pop up. So I got to pop up the last one because he says the first was last.
Oh my God, this guy is amazing. So what you see here, I wonder if I can control it from here. I think I can. Yeah. So this is there you go. Is it on loop by any chance? Or do I do that? Oh wait, I can do that. Stop.
You can. Wait. I'm not touching nothing, man.
I don't know if I can do it. Actually, it says picture in picture. Does it have a loop?
I don't know, but I can just easily click and it'll just.
Yeah, I got it. I got it. So right here in the top middle of your screen, you'll see that same figure. It's moving, and then you see a zoom on it, and then a zoom again. This is a slideshow to show you. So top middle, when it comes back, watch. Ready? Top middle. You see him right up there. He's moving right now. He's moving. Little subtle movements. He goes behind, and then there he is. I still shot him so you can see what you're looking for.
Wow.
And now this is me when I walked over to the fence and held up my phone and said, "Come on, where you at?" This is exactly what was there, but I couldn't see it then. And when I zoomed in with my old phone, it would just pixelate. I couldn't see nothing. It was just all pixelation. I mean, I tried over and over again. And now it's
Right.
funny because the other one, made things lighter, and you could see him. Once you watch this a bunch of times, you go back to that and you could see him. Like even in like what's closer to the original without the black and white and without the slideshow. Thank you, Tyler.
Yeah,
it was
It's a lot of peekaboo in Dale. So it's like kind of like popping out like this, going back, and then you can see like the head and the shoulder,
right.
And that's what kept popping up, and that's why I was pointing out to Richie on a few different areas.
Yeah, he was kind of doing this, man. He was looking right at me, Dale. Dale, he was looking right at me. And I said, come on, where you at? He's like, right here, stupid. You can't see me. I'm like,
where you at? I'm over here.
Oh, it's so frustrating.
Now, from what you guys just said there, and that is true to a lot of eyewitnesses, is that they kind of try to camouflage themselves.
Oh, yes.
So that, us as people, because if anybody understands, and I mean the same things about the paranormal, you've got to know like how the brain works. And I'm not like a brain specialist or anything, but I understand like how the brain can perceive the littlest things. It's like the same thing is if you keep telling somebody the same thing, like if you keep pointing and say he's right there, eventually their brain is going to bring up an image that they will be able to kind of and it's something that happens quite often in the paranormal field when we're in like trying to see ghosts and stuff like that. This is why I say you got to keep an open mind. You got to stay clear with your mind, and then you can focus in on what you're seeing. And that is pretty amazing because, yeah, when you first watch it, everybody would miss it and not understand what they're looking at. But when you see the still in the very end, it's like, wow, that is pretty impressive. Because, like I said, from this angle and seeing that wide shot, I'm like, wow, yeah, he has to be minimum, I would say, is 9 feet, but I'd say probably reaching closer to 11, 12, which most, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but most male adults are around 11, 12, I believe. I think that's average.
I think it depends on I think it's geographical as far as I'm concerned. I think it's food sources. I think it's growth in many ways, and it's exaggeration of the human. So anytime if it's an average of 11 to 12 sighting wise, which is a natural thing, I'm not insulting anybody.
Right.
When you see that thing was Jesus, you know what I mean? Because you're freaked out, you're full of energy, right? So that'll come to your head and you'll say that. So just knock a couple of feet off to make it accurate. So if you say 11, I say 9. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. And then it dumbs it down a little bit so we can work from there. We can go either way. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I mean, and it's I know because I watched a really interesting documentary, and it was all about the Gidland film with the Bigfoot, because everybody's like, well, is it human? Is it not human? And they actually had somebody who was a videographer who actually went back out to the area. It's slightly changed a lot over the years, but where that was, but some of the key marks are there, like some of the trees are still there. And so they did like a video measuring thing just to make it out to give people a better understanding, because everybody's like, well, that's just a regular 6-foot dude in a Bigfoot costume.
Yeah.
But the guy went back and he did all these measurements, and he's like, well, if you look at where the head level is on this tree, he goes, I was out there. That tree, you're looking at like 9, 10 feet up in the air. So if his head is level with that, that's only telling you how big these creatures truly are.
100%.
Yeah, but I mean, there's got to be some real. I mean, there's got to be some logic in that area wise, like food. What do they got? Like, if they eat a lot, like us as humans, the more we eat, the bigger we get.
Yep, exactly. Geographical.
Yeah, you got to maintain those calories. But like some Bigfoots, like Richie says, I mean, like you have different heights, but also varies on different sizes. And in that video, you can just see like shoulder to shoulder, and as he just keeps moving around, not only you can see the height of the head, because you can, I'm going to say it's, where he was filming. I mean, that's going to be approximately like maybe 60 yards. And, to really to further the research, you have to zoom in, look at the type of tree and, the branches. But, that's 6 years ago. All the growth and everything has changed. So it's tough in that area, how it got thicker over the years. But all I can say is the width of this thing from that distance to pick up on, that's a pretty, that's a big boy or girl.
Yeah. So let's. I think you said, Richie, this is the color version of what you just showed us.
Yeah, correct. And it's not a slide. It's me standing there.
Okay.
Where you at? You hear that little?
Yeah.
Right. That's that little. To me, it was much louder. The phone muffled it down. You know what I mean? But where he's located, I can see him right now, and he's right. There's a tree right dead center. Let me see.
Yeah,
like 2 trees.
Yeah.
I'll stop right here. So when he made the noise, I put the phone right on him, right? Like a good paranormal researcher would, right? As soon as you hear the noise, you go to it. And right now there's a pine tree right in the middle almost. And right to the left of that, that's where he is at this time and moment. Now, this has been brightened up. I couldn't see it back then. There's no way. I just couldn't. And then when you go on your phone, you couldn't see it. But there's a branch that goes across from left to right in the video. And there's one on the bottom, one on the top here. He's right behind there. If you look beyond that, you could see the black movement coming up. You ready? He's right there. He just moved. Where you at? He's moving again. He's right at the right of the frame. He's coming back to the middle, like right, left side. Right, almost middle side of the frame. We'll play it again. Now watch him. Yeah, he's right in the middle.
Yeah.
And he's right there to the right. He's almost at the edge of the frame. Now he's back. You can almost see his movements.
Right.
Isn't that crazy, bro?
That is, to me, that is truly impressive. And I mean, looking at it in color looks so much further than it was in the black and white.
Yep.
Because in the black and white, obviously he would stand out more because there's not a lot of brush happening, a lot of greenery happening. So he's kind of standing out a little bit more than if this was fully
enhanced,
full green and stuff like that. He wouldn't be able to camouflage himself. But I mean, knowing he's a lot darker than probably the average Bigfoot that I've seen, because a lot of them seem to be very light-haired. I would say. I don't know if that depends on their tribe or their breed. I mean, this is the topic, right? And I mean, talking to other researchers in the area, just like humans, there's got to be so many breeds of Bigfoot, Sasquatches, and I mean that's another thing. Bigfoot, I mean Sasquatch is basically the indigenous name for a Bigfoot, but yet you have the Yeti, and you have all these other ones. So to me, it's it's just they have their own race, and I guess depending on where they grow up would be what the relative of their hair color, I guess.
Yeah, and I think some of this video distance matters, because if I'm standing over there, you're going to get mostly a silhouette of me as well, depending on what I'm wearing, right?
Right.
So even if I'm wearing brown clothes, it's going to come up a little darker, because that's just the way cameras work.
Right.
But for me, as far as what you're saying, and I see the topic and point you're trying to get to, I believe we're dealing with a primitive human on a higher frequency. That's what I didn't always feel that way. The research that we've done has helped my mind evolve, right? So to speak, pun intended, I guess. And the first, basically, way back when, you have to understand, when you start talking about the indigenous native people of this land, they had a side-by-side relationship with these, and you could tell that by, for one, we have a recording that has different language on it, that has been let's say approved by a linguist, right?
Yeah.
So to where they say it is a voice and all that. But the way back, think of this: the Salish people, right, of Vancouver, even, and the Salinon people of the West Coast, Midwest coast of California, they believe that they were meshed tribes. Those guys there, they spoke Salish, right? They actually called him Sasquatch. That was that was generally what we know, or maybe not we, but I understand to be like his first name, which is where Sasquatch came from.
Right.
So there's a lot of things, and like you're saying, geographical matters, just like humans, right? If you're living in Canada, you're pale like Dale, right? If you're right, if you're living like in the Caribbean, like my Italian brethren, basically, maybe not the Caribbean, but they have a lot of sun, right? They're a little bit darker like myself, right? Same exact thing, right? So they have the same exact differences and stuff like that, just as we do, in a sense,
Yeah. I mean, and it's amazing, and that was like an amazing capture, and especially on your cell phone. Like I said, that was truly amazing. Let's see here. Let's go a little bit backwards now. What are we looking at here?
Hey, Woj. That's his strong suit right here. What's up, Woj?
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you that the unnatural trees here is it. Hold on. Is that the no? It's not. Is it the Asterisk Ridge? I'm zooming in.
No. That's the I would say college area.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm zooming in now. No, Dale, we named certain areas of like this area is called the college that we found first. It's a very small area, but man, it's nuts. And you got X's, you got all sorts of tree structures that it's just beyond explanation. It's just we're surrounded. It's like it's like a big cage. It's like really cool stuff.
It's wild, man.
Yeah. So there have been times though that we went in the college and then they knocked a lot of it down, and we believe that the adults train the young ones to make structures like this, just like the Indians, the Native Americans, helping out the young ones make tree structures so that they understand, if you get lost in the woods, at least they'll know where home is or where the water is, where the colonists are coming through. I mean, they're not going to know if there's a tree structure, and if they do see one, they don't even know what that means. So we also have what you call the university. About a quarter of a mile away, if that, and it's just like this, but much bigger. Right. So we name these just to make it easy for us to know the areas of what we're talking about, and it's just second to none good stuff.
So, and that's another thing that I found so fascinating about in my learning about the Bigfoot is that those structures, and I mean when they say like you walk through the woods, you would know what's natural and what's not natural. Now when you see like trees that are crossed, like trees don't normally grow like that. Now that is their own language. Some of it is from I'm just telling you what I've learned, and you guys can correct me where I need to be corrected. So like these structures are for them because they're like our street signs to know which way goes what. But also too, I heard that some of the way that they structure the trees is to set a warning for people not to enter in those areas. They're kind of like supposed to deterrent. But I mean, a normal person that's just on an average day hike that does not know anything about the Bigfoot world or the cryptid world, and they would stumble across these things, would probably just go, "Oh, that's weird," and probably thought some kids did it. But they do have significant meanings to other Bigfoot cultures. Like if one just happens to wander in the area, they would know, oh, it's like oh, this is where this gang hangs out, so I don't want to go over there, cause any trouble. So, what now, that just shows you how highly intelligent they are. So
Very.
I mean, so could you guys just like kind of like elaborate on the stuff that you guys witnesses in your area and some of the truly things that you have come to believe that they would mean, like what we just saw there, like
Yeah.
that would mean something to another Bigfoot, but what would you guys believe like something like that would mean?
Yeah, and I'll react to it quickly and then give Wojo the same, because this is what makes us a good team. We have different perspectives that come to the same answer and same conclusion. And that's the beauty of it. First of all, I've never seen a Bigfoot make anything. Let's just clarify. I've never seen that. I don't believe in the practice of, 100% saying anything unless I sit there and watch, like Jane Goodall sat with the mountain gorillas, right? She could say things that were 100%. I cannot, and I speak for myself. But I also believe what we believe through our research over and over again in our same area. Going up this spring will be 2 years in this one area, a couple times a week. Right. So we have a distinct advantage over other researchers that have to travel 4 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour. I travel 7 minutes from my home and I'm there. And only because I bought a different house and the first wife lives in the other house. Anyways, but I believe these structures here are a combination of things, like you just said, like clan markings, deer traps for food, for game. We believe that there's many different things that they probably use the bark for food or like a beef jerky, or they take it off when it's fresh and use it as a string. There's so many things that you can go and imagine what they do with it is what you're doing through your research. You can research certain aspects of structures, right? You can research certain. So I'll let Wojo talk to this part, but when a tree falls and lands on a twig that big, I know that the magic whirlywinds aren't doing it. You know what I'm saying? I know you have hands and a thumb and you're placing certain things. So there's many meanings to them. And like I said, Wojo will talk more about it because he was a hunter. And when we went out for the first time, I just let the dude look around because he was a hunter. I wanted to see what the hell he thought. So I didn't feel like I was totally crazy. And he sat there going, what in the hell? Right, dude?
Yeah, really, like I think I opened up Richie's eyes was some of the structures in the back, actually in the back of his house, where I go, unexplained how the trees intertwine. Whirlywinds don't do that, okay? The trees are intertwining, wrapped around other trees, in between. And the thing that's, because you start from the ground up, Dale, okay? First things I'm looking, is like the markings of the trees. So what I'm saying is, when you have a tree come down, I mean, you got to think a little bit of physics. You have distance and velocity, and so if you got like twigs like the size of my fingers, something skinny should be able to break those three like that. You're seeing trees that are like, between 1 inch to maybe like 16, 17 inches in diameter that are perfectly placed or in between these other trees. And there's no scuff marks. There are no twigs actually broken. There are trees, if you get a tree up, we call ride-ups. The ride-up ones that go in between the knots of the trees. They're just doing this. They're straight ups. They go straight up like about 25, 30 feet in the air. Yep. And you have the letter X's, which is their markings, that will warn you. But also X's can also mean like the smaller ones that they welcome you, that we believe. So again, when these placements of these trees, like a letter A or a rectangle, you have to understand that, what's keeping those trees in place, so on and so forth. Yep. And the magic thing about these is that no scuff marks. I believe that how they put them in, how they place the trees to intertwine the way they are, to me, it's like autistic traits. Not saying they're autistic. It's just their autistic traits. They have perfection. And Richie had a letter X in his backyard and a dream catcher. I mean, that is precise stuff that we can't do.
Yeah, the
I mean,
symmetrical. The X was. I'm sorry to cut you off. It was perfect in the middle. It was about 40 feet tall, and it was perfect. And I got pictures all over my YouTube channel and stuff with a 40-foot X. But yeah, what Wojo's saying is right. All that stuff that we're talking about, we believe that there's not just, you don't have to just have meaning for every little thing in the world. Sometimes they don't have an Xbox, 360 or PS5 or whatever you're using these days, or back then, or PS3. They don't have them, right? Yeah, so right. They got the kids out there. They can do different things and play and actually have some downtime, believe it or not. We also believe that they make different types of ambush huts, different types of shelter with them. They bend and break and twist a lot of trees, pointing in the direction of game, pointing in the direction of water, pointing in the direction of bedding, whatever it might be. And again, points. A choke point, right? And again, signs of living along the indigenous native people of America. Yeah. And that's what that is. So that's where the tie comes in. And then when you start doing your historical research, like Wojo's been getting into big time, and we've actually used the ovulus out in the woods. We've gotten some amazing results out of them pertaining to what we've been dealing with out there. Right. So it's not, ovulus isn't, there's things that they can do as well, let's say, in the paranormal world. The other thing is, if you go real quick, because I know it's getting close to your time, sir, go back to where you came from, where you saw that when you posted the videos, there's a picture of a chair and a picture of a triangle. And that's something, the gifting chair is huge. The gifting chair it's developed into communication, right? Hello, Reiki Realm. Hello, hey, Reiki Realm.
Oh,
hey, Joe. Okay,
there. So this is what they call a gifting chair.
Yeah, we found this chair out in the woods, and Wojo was like, hey, dude, we got to use this as a gifting spot. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So we've moved it around a bunch of different times. This last bit of movement was crazy communication, man. And it's a whole different story. You don't have enough time for this show, but we could do it again sometime. Maybe you come on my show. Maybe you come on our show, and I'll tell you the story. How's that? We'll have story time with Rich and Dale.
Absolutely. You give me the time and the place, and I will be there, brother.
Yeah. So there's the gifting chair. And now the gifted chair is developed into different things. The picture next to it, if you don't mind, the triangle.
No, I don't think that's.
There it is.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There it is.
Wow.
So this is something Wojo put together. Woj, this is your line of work here, bro. You don't have to get in the details, though. You know what I'm talking about.
No, it's just that. Oh my God! At the top of my head. Native Americans, like certain shapes have a lot of meaning. Okay,
right?
Like the triangle and things like that. The circle, bird feathers also have spiritual meaning and numbers. So I've decided to step up our game and use big rocks, nature stuff, because that's what they do. They're protectors of the forest. And so I used the big rock, which is on the top, and the rest on the on the bottom, which is the clan. The big rock represents the alpha male. Me and Richie's rock, we use golf balls now. The orange is mine, Richie's is yellow. And try to we're talking to them and placing it down and just telling them, I don't know if do you live here and what have you, and they're moving stuff around. So it's key of communication right here. And like I said, you look up shapes, you look up numbers, and you look up colors and also feathers. There's meaning behind it all.
All of it.
Absolutely, it's huge.
Yep. Now
there's one here. I just saw that you threw in here. Let's.
That's for my people. That's for my people on the side. I see you talking, D. Hoot and Kurt. I see what's up.
Right? I saw them too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we have lights in the woods a lot, right? And people say, "Oh, they orbs," and I'm like, "No, because orbs don't have faces and teeth and a jaw."
Yeah. No, I was just looking at that. I was like,
"There's
the bottom of that looks
a row of
teeth." It's got a very chiseled jaw.
Yep.
And you can almost see like his bottom teeth, and you can actually see Like the one, I guess, left or right, I guess, but it looks like a canine tooth.
Yeah, keep
So
talking.
obviously that's
Oh, hey, girl.
that's
What else?
pretty.
What else do you
That
see? You come on? You're a paranormal researcher, man. What else do you see in there besides that area? Work your way around this picture.
yeah, no.
Well,
So
I
at the top, so above the white, I can clearly make out a forehead with a hairline, and then it's a very like even at the very like as you go around this light anomaly, like when almost looks like an indent going in, and you can almost make out like the top of an eyebrow.
Well, what's near that eyebrow?
Yeah. Getting warmer.
Keep going. You're doing good, man. I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
It's I can't see a full eye, but I mean it's like just like this part of your eye, but I mean it was like holy.
Yeah,
like,
there's actually a little gleam. If you're looking at the picture on the right side, there's that black circle.
Yeah,
it's actually an oblong type of eye over to the right. I'm just going to call it an eye. I don't, screw it, right? But there's a little shine in the front of it from its own light that it's given off. We stood how many feet from this, Wojo? How many feet? 60, 70? Feet. Yeah, damn 60. Right. Yeah, that's what he zoomed in with. The only good thing that an Android's good for is the camera, and zoomed right in on this.
The camera out of it.
The camera's the best part of it. The rest of it's garbage. Throw it out and get the camera. So you zoomed in on this thing, and this is what we got out of it. This is what we got out of it.
Yeah, no, that is. But in its defense, it's probably doing that to cloak itself so that you can't get a clear image. And that is the ongoing thing is to how they I mean they can cloak themselves to be invisible, but also they use tactics, and I've heard about this, and I've seen a few other pictures where they somehow are able to manipulate the camera lens so that you can never get a clear shot of who or what they look like and who they truly are.
Different frequencies, Dale. That's what it is, and that's what we got out of this. Because I have a video of that, and I decided to take a picture like really up close. And you know what? To see the jawline, to see, if you look very carefully, it's like the eyes. It looks like sockets, and the mouth and teeth.
We saw them on the way out tonight. We saw them on the way out tonight.
We have.
Very regular that we see them out there now.
Now, just before we change topics here and talk about the last thing, I mean, we are going to get you guys back because a lot of this is truly interesting, and this is a rabbit hole I would love to go down with you guys.
Oh, sure. Yeah, girl, bring it.
So, well, two things. Going back to like tree structures and things falling. Now, I've heard a lot about it. I don't know what it is, and hopefully you guys will be able to help me out with this. What does it mean when a Bigfoot rips a tree out of the ground, turns it upside down, and sticks it back in the ground so that the roots are on top now? Actually, there was a scene in, I believe it was Expedition Bigfoot with Russ Accord. He was walking, and all of a sudden he came across, and there was a tree, and he said it looked clearly like it was ripped out of the ground, flipped upside down, and stuck back into the ground.
I don't know what that would per se mean. It would mean one thing, that dude's strong, for one, right? And maybe a show of strength or whatever the case, if indeed it was a Bigfoot. It would be quite the show of strength, quite the show of force, maybe don't come in here type of thing. And all that stuff, like, you know what I mean? Because, when we're talking, and Russ Accord's an actual great researcher, and along with a few other ones that have been on that show. But a lot of the production want to do the scare thing. You know what I mean? Oh, it's scary. This means don't come here. I'm going to kill you with this huge tree. No, it could mean something, centuries old. that is, perhaps tribal or spiritual to that being, right? I don't see everything as a warning when it comes to Bigfoot. It's just not.
Yeah, no, I just that one scene, and like I said, I've seen a lot of researchers out in the field just take pictures of that, and I'm like, wow, that's, to me, that is truly, I mean, yeah, if something could rip that out of the ground, turn it upside down and drive it back into the ground,
yeah, I'm good.
I mean, I'm staying well clear of that guy because I can only imagine what he could do to a human. And then one other thing before we talk, I want to real quick. I want to get your guys' association with aliens. Is Bigfoot and aliens working together?
I thought that was well put. Go ahead, Woj.
Working together, I think that it's separate, but I believe that I believe that the Bigfoots are well aware that there's aliens, and aliens know that the Bigfoots know them, but they don't correspond per se. There's people out there that says that that the aliens control the Bigfoots or things like that, and that's not true.
God, Lord. But they're working together, right? That's the question that he said. Are they working together?
I mean, spirit, yeah. I mean, working together, yes. I meant I thought you meant to control.
We're creeping up on this in our research right now as we speak. It's live and happening, and there is some interaction, we do believe, but we do not believe that Bigfoot's jumping out of spaceships and landing and stuff like that and going, no, you know what I mean? For the older people.
That's what I thought. It was like one of those questions. But
no, the only reason why I say that is for this very fact.
Great question.
I mean, whenever there's usually a Bigfoot sighting, people have shortly thereafter has had an alien ship sighting, and vice versa. That when people have seen spaceships, all of a sudden there is a Bigfoot appearance, and so I know this has been an ongoing question for many, many years. Ronnie writes about it in his books. A lot of the reasechers talk about it.
Ronnie who?
Ronnie LeBlanc.
Oh, I think I don't know if I heard of that guy or not. Anybody know a Ronnie LeBlanc? Is that you said LeBlanc?
Well, it's in the United States you call it LeBlanc.
What do you call it?
We call it LeBlanc.
That's what. It's LeBlanc. Yeah. Let's just pretend. I heard he's Canadian deep down inside. But go ahead.
But no, it's just, if anybody's ever read his books, Monsterland, he goes in depth and talks about the whole Bigfoot and alien connection, and it has been a hot topic. And I mean, more and more researchers are, and this is from my years in the experience in the paranormal field. Everything in the paranormal, which Bigfoot fits under the umbrella of paranormal, that it's all intertwined somewhere down the road. It all interacts.
Yep. Well, you know what? We're very close to what you're saying. Yes, the percentages of that, the percentage of them working together, I believe, are on the 60% side as far as my believability goes at this point, with what we've experienced firsthand in the woods, especially recently. That's all I'm going to say about that. I'm not 100% on it yet. I'm working on it. I'm at 60%. Fair enough?
Absolutely.
How about this deal?
That's more than
halfway,
on our show,
Richie. We'll have this big discussion. It's a big listen. That's a big onion to peel off, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. And let me know that if that gentleman that you mentioned, I think LeBlanc, if you talk to him again, ask him about what his theory is on that, together or one, and then let me know.
Absolutely, and I know a fact that me and Ronnie will be speaking together at an event in August 15th.
Everybody seems to speak with him together. That's so weird.
Yeah.
Well, we're speaking at the same event. We're not talking at the same time.
That would be cool if you did, though.
But actually, and I'll tell you one thing I am excited about that event, that there is a Bigfoot hunt that's involved, and Ronnie is going to be, and a few other Bigfoot researchers that are at this same event are going to be taking us out into the woods.
Yes, they've done
to
this
kind of
before.
show us a Bigfoot, to hopefully give us a Bigfoot experience. I mean, like we say at the Paranormal, Bigfoot is doesn't work on demand. We wish he would, but
Right.
But no, I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, but guys, before I let you go, we are over time, but you know what? I don't care. The other people can wait for me.
Thank you. No, just kidding. We don't want to do that.
But no, I want to make sure that I promote these other things that you did send
Real
to me.
quick, we'll go right through them.
All right. So the first one I'm going to pop up on the screen.
Yo!
And this is a truly sick photo, man. I mean, if Bigfoot actually looks like that, I am nowhere going near the woods again. I'll just tell you that much.
That's Captain Jackson.
He's more jacked than Michael John.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
And a better beard.
This is Clancy's ringmate in the very near future. It looks like they're the same height too. This is check it out. We have launched the Banter with Richie B podcast network. This artwork that you see particularly here is done from Amanda Lombardo. She's the host of.
Oh, I think we watched Richie. You got too excited.
Not when it comes to this. Nothing. We're right here. I had a bug, like a bug fly in my mouth in my house. But anyways, so we'll be having a different shows. You can roll right through. There's 3 more shows. There's our show, Wojo's and I, Banter, Richie B, every Saturday night, 6 p.m. Eastern time, on Saturday night. And then here we're going to have the Home of the Boom podcast with our very own, my co-host, my good friend, my brother, every Tuesday night, 7 to 8 p.m. The host will be Wojo, and I'll be the co-host. So we're flipping it. That's Tuesday nights. Check us out and then go on to the next one. And this is Sam, artwork done by Sam, amazing digital creator. She's a producer of our show. Amanda Lombardo is an associate producer, and Bobby Lee Hubbard is the executive producer of our show. We are surrounded by superstars. And this is Sam's Pretty Paranormal podcast. You'll be sitting with Sam. Sam might do Dining with the Dead or a spooky makeup tutorial or something that you could tune in and just chill out with her while she does that. Unbelievable, man. We got a network coming for you guys. It's going to rock your world. And then, of course, Amanda Lombardo, like I mentioned, from the Phantom Navigator right here. She is going to be talking about, the folklore and all kinds of different urban legends over in Sicily and Japan, where she now lives in Japan. She'll be moving to Sicily. So she'll have all kinds of expertise kind of on that or things to offer on that. So we are fired up for this, and we've been waiting for a while to do this, dude. Absolutely.
That is so awesome. I'm so happy for each one of you guys. You guys have been working hard, busting your butt, making history out there. Like I said, you guys have come a long way since Banter with Richie B first hit the air. So like I said, I'm so happy for you guys. You guys are definitely killing it. So guys, everybody, thank you to everybody on the side, everybody who's watching the show now, everybody who's going to be listening to us later on KGRA Digital Media. Go over to YouTube, follow Banter with Richie B. Make sure you follow each and every one of these shows, and make sure you are tuned in to the Richie B Network. When that goes off, a lot of great things happening. So, guys, I love you guys. We are definitely going to get you guys back because we got a bigger rabbit hole to go down, a lot more evidence to go through, like I said. And we are going to put aside an extra hour for that show just so that we can make sure we do not miss a step. So, like I said, everybody, Richie B, Wojo, you guys are awesome. You guys are killing it. I love you guys. You guys are definitely our brother. We can't wait to see you guys down the road, hook up at some point. I would love to go Bigfoot hunting with both you guys. I would feel safe in the woods, hide behind Wojo the whole time. So,
yep. Yeah. And if you can run faster than him, you're good, bro. Don't worry about it. That's why.
That's right.
That's
probably probably 3 steps, and Bigfoot's going to catch me anyways. If that guy's got a step of 12 feet, I'm screwed.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, Wojo's got to trip you anyways, so don't worry about that, right?
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. Stick out.
That kind of reminds me. That kind of reminds me of that whole comedy skit with. I believe it was Eddie Murphy, and he talked to, I think it was in his Raw video, where they talked about being chased by the cops, and he goes, looks at his friend and he goes, "Which way you running?" "I don't know." "Which way you running?" He goes, "I don't know." He goes, "Why?" He goes, "So I don't run over your ass." So guys, thank you so much. And that's going to do it for me, Dale, right here at the Paranormal Voice.
Where'd he go?
Again, I think we're going to be in a couple of weeks. We've got next weekend off, but then we're going to be back with another fantastic show coming up. So guys, don't miss out. Subscribe, like, share out these videos. We love it. We're on the hunt to 1,000 subscribers. I think the last time I checked, we were about 150 away.
Nice.
So that is truly amazing. So we thank you guys. We love you guys from day one to day now, as Michael John always said.
Absolutely.
In the meantime and in between time, happy hauntings.
Boom!
There we go.
I know you got to fly.
I got to find Wojo. Where is he? Ah, there he is.
Dude, he throws out a wicked loud boom right as you go off.
Right as we're going out there, I was like, damn.
Go boom to Clancy like that.
Go to your show. You're going to be late, man. Thank you so much for having us. We love you, bro. Let's hang out again soon, all right?
Absolutely, guys. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for being a part of the show. Thank you for always being big supporters of us. So we
always
awesome, dude. Thank you so much.
All right, man. Take it easy. Have a good night.
You too, bro.
And I'll see you guys down the road.
Oh.
Boom.
Let's go.
Boom. Boom.